can I work karon?
Okay, good. Ah, sige, manikuwala ni akong kon. Okay, klaro,
Yes, sir.
klaro. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Klaro man, sir.
Hello?
When we're to start, it's already record
Yes,
pa
sir.
ha.
Klaro kayo, sir.
I just for it.
Ganihan pala. Dugay ka na ba? Good. Nana. Klaro ko. Ako kundi. Okay. May invite you to please bow your head for prayer as we start. Father in heaven, thank you very much, Lord, for this beautiful day you've given to us, where we can learn more about you and learn about our subject. You are the greatest musician throughout the world. We know that when you created the world, you have associated it with beautiful music. Dear Father, this morning help us to understand music, and this will be useful someday in the students of these teachers to be in their own classroom. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. We have to discuss, this is actually a review of what we have started, what we have discussed in a previous week, because we cannot really start reading the notes without knowing what is a staff, what are the different functions, what are the different parts in music, what are the symbols. There are many things to learn in music. So we have to review first from the staff. The staff, without a staff, you cannot form a music. No? Music. The music staff is the foundation for music notation, consisting of a set of 5 horizontal lines and 4 spaces that are between the lines. The staff is counted from the lowest line of then upward. All right. As I have said, without the staff, you cannot form the music. You can, because the staff is the place where the notes are placed. The is a part of the music wherein the G clip or the different symbols are placed. All right. How to number the lines of and the spaces of stuff? We have to number it according to what the definition previously says, that the stuff is counted from the lowest line upward. Then this is the way we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 lines of the stuff, and that should be counted from 1 up to 5 from the lowest line. And also the same as the spaces. The first space is in below. First, then the fourth space. This is all in all between the stuff, between the lines of the stuff. Right. Lines and spaces are the parts of the stuff where the notes are placed. Right. Ang line, the notes are placed in the line or in the space or lines or spaces of the stuff. That is the importance of the stuff now. Right. Look, there is a first line, second line, fourth line, and the fifth line. As I'm handling you with as like my real elementary students, mura kog nag-handle karon og grade 6 na estudyante. Nga tag sa gid na to, ha, we have to do this one by one so that everyone can understand. Then there's what we call ledger lines. Aside from the stuff, remember in the stuff there are only 5 lines and 4 spaces. Aside from it, there are still imaginary lines below and above the staff, and that is called the ledger lines. Ledger lines are added lines below or above the staff. Tanan sa ila diha, as long as added lines, they are called ledger lines, or another term is that is imaginary lines. Ano man, we can discuss it later. The purpose. Counting the ledger lines. Count from the bottom to top to figure out the letter names. Find the letter name here. It should be letter. What letter is it?
A.
A. Nay, answer mo.
Letter
Letter A. A, B, C, D, E. Then what is the next space? Kung sa mga space din yung makita ninyo next to A. If letter A is the first added line, then B, letter C, is the second added line. Letter C, the first added line. What must be the first line of the staff here?
letter E.
Letter A. All right. Mangita ko na sa bugato natin sunana. Okay. Lines and spaces of the staff. Ako lang ni nauli raman ako butang ni. Lines and spaces of the staff. The lines are here. Look. E, G, B, D, F. I believe that this was already touched by my daughter last time when you were under here about the names of the lines of the staff. Then there is names of the spaces of the staff. This is F, A, C, E. Ang lines E, G, B, D, F. Naanay, tagaan na to ni kahulugan nga gamay. Anong sayon? Every good boy does fine. Una siya ikaw na to. Right. Okay na, nakita ninyo ang lines, ang spaces? Balik
Yes,
ta sa...
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go back. Counting, okay. Right, here. What is lacking here? The question here is, what note or what letter name is this here? That is in A. Right, letter name is A. Now, we'll talk about measure. Ano sa maning measure? Are you acquainted with the word measure? To the dressmaker, are you used to have a tape measure? Are you used to have tape measure?
Yes.
Ano ito of measure? Para unsa man na siya? What's the use of the tape measure in the dressmaking or tailor? Ganong ito nag-measure? Ano sabi ko puslanan? What's the function of the measure?
Para measure ang body sa usa ka tao, sir, para
Okay, very
ma-fit
good.
sa iya sinina.
Para masukod.
In music, there is also a measure. At sa kay pulos, no? Ganong naambang po yung measure. So that we can measure the number of beats in every bar or bar spaces. Alright. Ang ito bar line, this one, the vertical line. Okay, bar is a vertical line. There are vertical lines that divides the stuff into measure. This one, how many measures have you seen here?
2.
2. Next one is still 2. How about the third one?
3.
3.
There are 3 measures. Okay. A measure is a measurement of time that contains a specific number of pulses defined by a time signature. A measure contains a natural division of strong beats and weak beats. Right. We'll discuss this later in a few minutes after this. Di anto na ni kadali ha kay aron so that we can really understand well. Okay, this is now the measure. In 3/4 time signature, nakita nyo, 3/4 time signature, there are 2 measures.
Yes, sir.
And the 4/4 time signature, there are still 4 two measures. But you will notice that 3/4. This is not 3/4, but 3/4 because this is music. Okay, that 3 here determines the number of beats in a measure. Then the 4 here determines the number of beats in every note. Ma-discuss na to ron sa unahan. Nilang ko pala discuss na ako ning gi-prepare ni sa unahan. This 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That means there are 3 beats in this measure because 3, 4. The time signature is 3, 4. So count 1, 2, 3. Next measure is 1, 2, 3. The measures below, this is 4, 4 times. The stuff below, 4, 4 times. There are still 2 measures in every, and these 4 measures. That means, and this 4, 4 times signature. That means the measure is 4 bits or 4 counts. Again, how many counts?
4.
4, sir.
O pila gigibutan sa taas, muna nagdetermine o pila ka bits ang usa ka measure. And below, is still the equivalent of notes in a measure. In the equivalent of notes, the quarter note receives only 1 bit for 4, 4 times signature. Okay, mas salihan po ginasunahan. Ato ko na yung discussion. Di ko magdugay diya. Right. Notes. The whole notes looks like a donut. Nagkano mag-donut?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Pumpkin.
Siya nagwa, no? Right. The whole note is like a donut. Naibangag sa tunga. No? Next, the half note. What's the difference between the whole note and half note? First, we added stem vertically. A vertical line to the donut. And that is now is called the half note. Sayo na kayo pag-change, no? Butan lang badis, half note na dayon. Then another one, the quarter note, we find in the whole, make it solid and keep the stem. Kung na ibangag ito nga, pero na agapoy, badlis. Right, stem. Then, the 8th note with flag to the bottom. The 16th note must have 2 flags in the stem. Una siyang klase-klase sa mga notes. Okay? Atong i-admit na ni si Abilia. Okay. Let's continue. A musical note equal in time value to 4 bits. The whole note, this is the whole note. The whole note is a musical note equal to in time value to 4 quarter notes or 2 half notes. You know what? Music is somewhat a mathematics, mathematics. We have counting of bits, equivalence of different notes. Then we have to add the different notes to make it the whole, to find out how many bits are there in one measure. Okay. Remember that a whole note is a musical note equal in time value to 4 quarter notes or 2 half notes. Kung ang whole note na upat ka half notes, na duha ka half notes, pila man ka quarter note? How many quarter notes are there in one whole note? Equivalent. There are 4. Now, 4. How about 8 note? How many 8 notes now are there in one whole note? 8, because the 1/8 of the whole note is that we call 8 note. Very simple. All right. Ato pa tayo nun. Musical note equal in time value to 1 quarter note of a whole note. That is a quarter note. The half note definition is a half musical note with a time value of 1/2 of a whole note. ang whole note katunga ana is half note. Ang whole note 1/4 ana is quarter note. Ang whole note 1/8 of it is the 8th note. 16th note 1/16. Simple. Gets?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Let's continue. One whole note is equal to, simple, balik na ko, di ba? One whole note is equal to 2 half
Half
notes.
notes.
One whole note is equal to 4 quarter notes. One whole note is equal to 8 notes. One whole note is equal to 16
Notes.
notes. Okay, simple. Same kind, no? Very simple. I am presenting this like what I'm handling the grade 6 students so that it will be easily for you to follow. I understand that it's hard for us to discuss some things that are not closer to each other. Kaning long distance learning. It's hard, no? Lahi ni maka-eyes to eyes
Yes,
ka
sir.
estudyante can easily understood. Now, I cannot see your faces. Nasaliptan sa akong presentation, but however, I presume that you understand and you see me. Can you see me there?
Yes, sir.
Nakita ko
sir.
ninyo.
Sir.
Speaking about computer, especially Wi-Fi, mga ani Google Meet, di ko ay ko master ani without my children who can prepare the subject for me to open, to log out, to picture. Di ko kahimog, wala sila. So I'm glad that I have my Wi-Fi in the house, but I don't know how to use. Okay, ang ako para research lang. Now, I am glad that you know the younger people could understand easily about computer, Wi-Fi, and everything. Now, let's continue. The notes has an equivalent rest. If there is a whole note, there is also a whole rest. You can see it in your presentation. Nakita niyo yung presentation
Yes,
na to?
sir. Kita, sir.
Kita, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Clear. Okay. Never mind taking pictures or was that. Anyway, I have to tag this to you. Ako ni ibutang din sa inyong iba. I have to put this in your maybe in this Google Classroom. I just asked my daughter to make this that you can review this in your house after the discussion. Right. Now, 30-second notes. The 30-second notes must be having 3 stems and also having 3 30-second rest na ay tulog hapon kamura o was that note nga gagmay. Right. Kamunay start dia na dia. Okay, counting of notes of bits in this note. Right, whole note must have 4 counts. The half notes, the whole note, whole rest must have also 4 counts. Tanawa ang porma sa unsay kalainan sa half note o sa half rest o whole rest. What's the difference between half rest and whole rest according to their position?
Ang half rest, sir, kay mura siya kalo, sir, ay. Ang quarter rest kay hilom, sir.
Bali, no? Maybe there is a clearer picture after this. Then I quarter rest, I 8th rest, then we have the 16th rest. All of them must have equivalent counts to the equivalent notes. Na? Parehas lang counting sa notes. O whole rest, whole note more siya 4 bits gyapon. Half note, half rest more gyapon 2 bits. Right. Note or unrest chart. Okay. For Hiromani, I'll just leave this one. In this song, do you know the song Mary Had a Little Lamb?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Kabalo mi,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Kabalo mi,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Isa man din nagka-play sa music atong bato atong Xylophone, bato xylophone. Nagka-play ba mo ani?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Si
So
Ma'am
you know
Bridget.
now the tone. Shall we start singing? Wait. This is in the 4/4 time signature. What's the time signature? 4/4. Again? What's the time signature?
4-4, sir.
4, sir.
Because I heard many times this is 4/4. No, this is a fraction. This is a 4/4 time signature. What key is this now that I have copied? I have given. No sharp and no flats. This is in the key of C. Sadihan ta na ron unan. Sadihan ta gyapon na. Now, Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. And away. Sorry, I cannot. You know what? Gasa gawas nga gagmay later. Hinay kay ko sa reading sa notes. Now, I want to tell you how we read it when I was in my elementary grades. We sing this, sorry, we sing this way. Not as of now, especially the piano learners, the way to read is E, D, C, D, E, like that. But for me before, during my elementary time, my teacher teach me how to read this. Me, the do must be in the first added line below the stop. That is in the key of C. Mi, re, do, re, mi, re, mi, sol, mi, re, do, re, mi, do, re, mi, re, do. Una na ang pagbasa namo sa una. Now, talking about the measure. As what we have learned that in one measure is equivalent to the same number of bits according to the given time signature. Example, this one, Mary had a little lamb. 4/4 time signature. The first measure, how many bits can you find? How many quarter notes are here in the first measure? Can you count? One.
Yes, sir. 4.
4.
There are 4 quarter notes. That means because one quarter note, according to this description and 4/4 time signature, one quarter note would receive 1 bit because this is 1/4 of what? 1/4 of a whole note. Okay. Mary had 111. There are 4 bits in the first measure. How about the second measure? Can you count? Okay.
3.
We have discussed a little about bar lines. Okay, the next bar lines. This is enclosed by 2 bar lines. This is another measure. How many quarter notes now?
3.
No. Quarter notes. There are only
2, sir. 2.
There are 2 quarter notes now. And the next one is, what note is it?
Half note.
It's a half note. That means, if you try to count, we have to use our mathematics now. 1 plus 1 plus 2 equals, how many?
4,
4.
4. In other words, atong tag sa taon, mura kung nagtudlo og grade 6, ha? 1 bit ang kining quarter note is 1 bit. Next quarter note is still 1 bit. Next note, that is half note, is 2 bits. It means 1 plus 1 plus 2 equals 4.
4.
2 bits now in this little lamb here. 4 in this measure. And the first measure, how many bits have you counted?
4.
4.
In other words, for the whole setup of music, the whole na must have 4 bits tanan hantod matapos ang awit. You get it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's try to jump to the last measure. What note have you found?
Whole note.
It's a whole note,
Whole note,
yes. Remember that the whole note will receive how many bits?
4.
That means this measure here is a complete measure because it contains 4 bits. Oh, four bits. In other words, all the measures around here in this song contains of 4 bits. And you notice, class, that there is a rest. Can you tell me what rest is this here? Ini akong gitudlo sa akong cursor. What rest?
Half?
This is
I
a
don't
quarter rest. Again, what rest is it?
Quarter rest, sir.
Quarter rest. And then this one is quarter note. This one is still half note. Half note plus quarter rest plus one quarter note. Again, ako balik ko na. Half note plus half 1/4 rest or quarter rest plus quarter note is equal to how many bits now?
4, sir.
Okay, 4 again. Very good. Okay, because the half note will receive 2 bits, the quarter rest will receive 1 bit, and the quarter note will receive 1 bit. Therefore, there are all in all 4 bits in this year. The next one is a little bit hard. I have not introduced to you what is dotted quarter note, or what is the function of the dots. Now, the function of the dots here, kita niyo nang na-dotted quarter note here?
Yes, sir.
In the-
Kita, sir.
The function
Yes,
of the
sir.
dots is
sir.
the dots will receive, every dot will receive 1/2 of the dotted note. For example, kini, this one. The dotted note here is quarter note. Na may dot, plus 1/2. That is 1/2 of the dotted note. The dotted note here is quarter note receives 1 bit. 1 bit plus half of 1. Therefore, this note here, dotted quarter note, will receive 1 1/2 bit. How many bits?
1 and 1 half.
1 and
1 1/2 bits.
Okay, 1 1/2 bits. Basta na ay dots, mukuha nag katunga sa iyang gidated. Like for example, dotted whole note, for example. How many bits are you going to count? The dotted whole note. Remember that the whole note receives 4 bits in this time signature. Now, whole note will receive 4 bits. Di kay dotted man, dotted whole note, kila may imong hatag sa iya?
2?
Mathematics.
1 1/2,
Huh?
sir.
3 and 1/2, sir.
No,
1 1/2.
no, not 4 1/2.
1, sir.
8, sir.
8 na, nadubli na.
So 4.
Okay, there are only 6 bits.
Okay, 6.
Okay. Half of dotted whole note equals 4 plus 1/2 of 4 is 2, because the dots will receive 4 bits. Half of that dotted whole.
Half.
Yes. Okay.
Tunga day, sir.
Katunga na siya bisag asa. Bisag unsa nga note, katunga gina imong dugang. Kina?
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What's that? Okay. No pamilya. All right. Yeah, let's continue the song. This song, naapag an everywhere manana ang quadrant rest. And everywhere. That remember that the 8th note here, can you determine the 8th? Can you see that 8th note here in everywhere and everywhere? There is after the dotted note, dotted quarter note, everywhere on na 8 notes.
8 no.
How many bits are you going to give for 8th note again?
4, sir. Na siya dot.
Huh?
8 lang. 8,
Eight,
The 8
sir.
sir.
note will receive
Eight,
only
sir.
one.
8, sir.
If the quarter note will receive 1 bit, the 8 note will also receive 1/2. Okay? Since 1 and 1/2 bit, 1 and 1/2 bit will be received by the quarter note because that is a dotted note, dotted half note. Therefore, we have to count 1.5 plus 1/2 is equal to 2 counts now. Okay? What ninyo? You get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good.
Wala ko
Angayan
po,
gimo
sir.
magkudlo murag angayan gimo mahimong teacher ba ganahan ko sa inyo nga
Sir,
group.
wala ko ka-get, sir. Liwat daw, sir.
Sir, pwede balikon, sir.
Okay, balik ko na to, okay?
Wala
I'm
ko
going to
ka-get, sir.
start from
Ano po?
okay, equivalent of dots in a note. Ibutang
One
ninyo
and
de
a half.
sulat na lang di mo ulit. A dot will receive 1/2 of the dotted of its dotted note. Example, 1/2 half note, dotted half note, butang half note nga may dot is equal to 3 bits. Nganong na 3 bits man ang dotted half note? Can you tell me? Can you reason out why?
3 bits.
2 note plus 1
Three.
note, sir.
Okay, the half note
Two,
will
two,
receive
three.
how many bits?
2, sir.
3.
Okay, all in all is 3 because it is dotted. 1/2 note is equal to 2 plus the dot here which
2,
takes the 1/2 of the
1.
dotted note. Half note man iyang gi 2 bits man, mahimo na siyang 1 ang dot niya. Katunga man siya. Okay? So therefore, it's 3. Ako balik ko na po. How about if the dot it is a dotted whole note? How many bits are you going to count now?
3.
3 again? Whole note will receive
sir.
4 bits.
4, sir?
Yes. The whole note will receive
6.
4 bits. Hindi ka dotted man. Katunga sa 4 pila.
5.
Katunga
5,
sa 4.
sir.
Katunga sa
Sir,
4 is
6.
1/2, sir.
1/2 is
2,
2.
sir, 2. 2, sir, 2.
That means
2.
4 plus 2 equals 6.
6.
1/2, sir.
6, sir.
Therefore, therefore the dotted whole note will receive 6 bits. Gets?
Yes, sir.
Medyo pa, sir.
Ako naging design on ha. Kaning dat mga estudyante,
So ba?
anyo nakita
Loading
diha.
pa Japon.
Ang equivalent ana ug asa siya nagtulbok katunga ang iyang pangayo sa iyang gitundukan. Pananglitan ang iyang gitudluan whole note nga magdawat og 4 upat ka bits. Therefore, mudawat man siya katunga pod sa upat. Pila man katunga sa upat?
2, sir.
2,
Duha.
sir.
2, sir.
Sir.
So, 4 plus 2 equals
Oh, then ato pa ang dotted whole note is equal to how many bits now?
6,
6,
sir.
sir.
Okay,
6,
very,
sir.
okay, that's correct. That's 6 bits
6,
because
sir.
a dot will receive half of the dotted note. Okay? Right.
Yes, sir.
Ug magbit mo aning kanta ha. And everywhere. Okay. Dili kay one bit ning if. Dili kay one bit ang every. Ha? 2 bits. 2 bits na siya but the e here will receive 1.5 and then ang re ani every only 1/8. 1/8 to make it 2 bits kaning every. Okay? Unsay pulos sa iyang dots, that is to make it additional and everywhere that Mary went, like that. So diya sa inyong, are you using your phone or your laptop?
Phone, sir.
Phone,
Sir.
phone, sir.
Kamay kayo,
Phone,
no?
sir.
Mabasa rin ba ninyo?
Phone,
Can you
sir.
still read the notes here?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sige.
Ginagin.
Yes, sir.
Ay,
Yes,
man
sir.
ninyo. But if you can find
Sir.
kanang na laptop ko, mabasa mas mayon.
Yes,
Kay
sir.
masum man ninyo, no? Sige lang. Okay. Kamu na ipaigo ya sa inyo. Right. There is what we call case signature. What is a case signature, class? Kani bitaw mga na-sharps, na-flats. Kita ba mo sa mga staff na naingon ana, mga musical science? Nganong naamna sila? Unsa may pulos ana na tag-unom ka sharp, na tag-duha, na pito, napoy flat sing unom, na duha, na isa, na tulo, like that. And then napoy gitawag og time signature. What are time signatures? All right, we'll learn further. Okay, there are bars. Nakita niyo ang bars? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 bars here in this stuff. Then this one is G cliff, or the other one is treble cliff. There's another name for G cliff. Ito wag na siya namo sa una og G cliff. Why? Because the point of this G kanana ana sa G line. Okay, ato ni skudan. What is case signature? Any of several combinations of sharps or flats after the clef or the G clef, no, are at the beginning of each step, indicating the K of a combination. All right, tanawa ninyo. Nihara. Time signature. Time signature, a symbol usually in form of 2 numbers. How many numbers?
2 numbers.
2
Two.
numbers.
Like the example that given here, the 3, 4. What else? The 4, 4, like that, no? One above and the other written at the beginning of a piece of music to show how many beats are in each bar. That means in one measure, this is divided. What is a measure again? Second measure. Sa atong gitsabihan ganiha, munay nag-divide sa unsa nag-divide sa iya sa stop nga mahimong measure gani. A vertical lines, that is what we call bars.
Bars, sir.
Okay. Now, dito magdugay ana kini time signature. Time signature, the number of bits in one measure or in one kanang bar lines nga na-close siya. Kining 3 nagdetermine sa how many bits in that measure. Kining 4 nagdetermine og the value of note in a measure. The 4 there is determining the number of bits for every note that is there. For example, ang naanga na butang note is ang last measure dito sa Mary had a lamp is whole note. Unya 4/4 man tong iyang gigamit. Pila man ang iyang pila ka bits atong tuwa dito sa 4 sa last note 3.
4. 4,
Okay.
sir.
Kini daw.
4, sir.
4 bits.
4.
Why? Because it is full
4 notes man.
note.
Full
The
notes
whole
man.
note will receive 4 bits. Kina?
Yes, sir.
Iyo kini kay more ba gini naa sa atong music book og mag face to face unta sa inyo sa classroom na gid ninyo sayo nato pag-discuss gid kay ni kaysa aning mura lang ta aning nagtudlo nga way nakita. But anyway, may na lang pod ning natay wifi kay magka-discuss ka punta ginagmay, but it's different really from the actual face to face class. Okay. Anyway, you can make more research about this. Kamu mag-research kanang wa niyo na kay nasabti to make it to enrich your knowledge about this part of the music. You can really handle this in your own classroom someday. Kinanglanon kaninyo na, especially when your textbook tells that okay, teach ni nga musical nga song sa inyong bata. Oh, how shall you teach if you do not know how to read notes? If you do not know what is 3/4, what is 4, what is time signature, or yes, you need to teach them. Ang amitabo, dili kay correct ang number of bits. Okay? Number of bits per measure. Kanang 4-4. Ang 4 diya sa taas, nag-determine sa number of bits per measure. Sa usa ka enclosed by a bar line. Isa nga siya, na-enclose siya og bar lines, that is number of bits. Kanang 4 diya sa taas. Ang 4 sa abos, unsa ini? The value per bit.
Note. Ay,
Note na
subos.
siya. Ang value sa iyang note diha. Okay? Naadiri akong gihatag ng example. Right. 3 bits per measure. Kaning sa 3-4 times signature. Sa boss. Nawa? 1/4 note will receive 1/4 or 1 bit. It is 1/4 of 1 whole. So, there are how many bits now in one measure for the 3-4 times signature? Pa kuno ninyo. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals?
3.
3.
Okay. In 3-4 times signature, there are 4 bits in each measure. Again, sa 3-4 times signature, that means nag-determine nga kada measure. In every measure, you can have 3 bits only. 3-4. Ang pag-bit po, lahip sa 4-4, di ba? Di man ta katudlo niyo beatings dir karon ambot sa una ni you try to make research in the Google about the bits or the time signature. Naay mutudlo kung saan pagbit ang 3-4, ang saan ang 4-4 dinhi. I try to see if I can find it there, I can get it there from this by Sunday or by Wednesday akong tinguan nga makakuha ko og makagather ko facts diya sa atong Google about music, about like for example in teaching how to act or beat the different, to perform the different case signature or what's that, the different time signature. Okay, let's go forward. Here's in this song, Mary had a little lamb. Mao naman nino atong gito na ganda. Remember that I have given this already. Na-discuss na naman yung mga 4 bits, mga different bits, different notes, the number of bits. Okay, let's go for anyway, learning through association. Mangantaw na ta, hindi kita layon. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Then do must be at the last. This is learning through association. Do you know how to sing this song? Do, a deer, a female deer, Ray, a drop of golden sun, me and name I call myself, far a long way to run. So a needle falling thread, la a note to follow, so tea a drink with jam and bread that will bring us back to do. All right, you get now?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you sing with me? Do a deer. This is learning through association. Do a deer. Sing. Do a deer. Three drop of
We a drop of gold.
me and
And if I go
far long. So la I think in the Wi-Fi, kulig juray ang maabot ang tune, ang message sa pikas. Okay, never mind. Let's go forward. Okay, never mind. Let's go forward. Okay, this one. Key signatures. You know that the key signatures tells us what note, tells us what key, okay, what key is in the staff. Kanang asong sa key nagsugod. Wingon bitaw, asa man ang aking kanta, oy? Wingon din, this is in the key of C, this is in the key of G. How will we determine the K? When there's no sharp, there's no flat, that is key of C. You can find here below. Have you seen it? The C,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
walay note. Walay sharp, walay flat, sa boss. Okay. How about the G? There is one. Can you find it out?
Sir, 1.
One sharp. Kani siya nang murag it's nga duhay babag that is sharp. This is having two sharps. Having one sharp, that is cube G. How about cube D? How many sharps are there?
2.
5.
2.
Two.
2.
Okay. How about the letter A? Key of
3.
3.
A.
Sharp.
3.
B. Having 4.
4.
The B is having 5.
5.
5.
F is having 6 sharp. And the
6.
sharp
7.
is having 7 sharp.
7. Sharp.
Now, look at the position of the sharps in a different case. The G is found where? Ang iyang sharp yutang. Ipatong sa what line? In the fourth line of the staff, ang primero nga C. Sa D, asa nga line? Okay, you can determine. Pero ako nagmaster na dili para nako that is not so very important, the place. But what is more important is to know where to find the do. Okay? For example, in the key of C, the do is found in the first added line below the staff. Like the Mary has a little lamb, had a little lamb. Okay. They nag-start sa letter E, eagle. No? Now, here. Lines. Balik ta sa lines. There are names of lines. Nga nung importante man na to ang gining different case. Different case. The case signature. So that we will know asa mo start. Kung duha ka sharp, that means the do will be found in the first added space of the staff. Sa key of D. Sa G, at this the second line of the staff. Tanawa ang lines of space. Okay? Ano ni? Okay, tara. Okay, here it is. E, G, B, D, F. Tara, kita nyo? Mabasa ba sa inyong phone? Gagmay ra pa kayo ng letter?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Padakon to pagkanino, be. Pwede po gani madako. Oh, madako gamay. Right. Mabasa-basa na si Rog Jutay ni, dako-dako lang Jutay space. All right. Now, you memorize, you should know the lines. Ang ato ginang gitunan gid numbers of lines and numbers of spaces. This time I am introducing to you the names, letter names of lines and spaces. This determines where to put the note. When it is in the key of C or key of G, one sharp ang gibutang panalitan, the do must be here in the first on the second line of the staff, that is in the G line. Gets? Kuha wala? Again? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Repeat, sir,
sir.
please.
Okay, balik ko na kuha. Kalisod magini magtudlo ta nga dili ta tubang unya di kita faster actual gid no. But I just repeat. Pailob lang tagyutay nga malangan-langan tagyutay ani as long as you can really understand. Okay? Balik tagyutay ha. In the key of G, only one sharp is found. Panalitan key of G ta karon. Balik ta sa key of G na. Okay lang?
Yes,
Okay, ang atong
sir.
sample. Okay, ang atong sample dire is key of C. All right, here. Okay. Key of C ni siya kay wa may sharp o walay plots. You get it? When there is no sharp and there is no plots, that is key of C. The time signature, the key signature is C. Right. Asa madapit ang C din eh? Can you find C? Niya sa third space of the staff. Na ano? But where can you find now the lower C? Asa ka
Second
pangitawag?
second line, sir.
No. This is G. Kaning second line. The C must be first added line of the staff. The first imaginary line below the staff. Hindi din hindapita. Kita ba ninyo sa akong cursor?
Yes, sir. Ledger line, sir.
Yes. Napamangita tag sumaning added. Okay. Ledger line, supposed to be, magbutang ko ha, ani. Uy, kagamay kaysa akong line. Mabasa mo pag hindi mabasa ang line. Gamay man kayo sa mga mangitag dako-dako nga line ha. This is, okay, sige na lang. Basta din yung dapita, there is an imaginary line, the first added line of the staff, that is what we call the ledger line, which you are going to put the letter, what letter? Letter C.
Letter C.
Hindi C ni siya. First, add imaginary line below the staff, that is C. That means, do ang the other, ang before the staff, the first line of the staff, that is the space of D. That means C, D, E, F, G, E, B, C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That ang C, no? D, E,
E,
F.
F.
Oh. Kita ninyo?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, speaking about key of C man ta karon. Asa man ang C kani? There is a first added line below the staff. C, D, E, F, G, E, B, C, no? Now, atong kansoy kan kita. Sa amo sa karaan, ang tawag gini mo C, D, E, F, G. Do, re, mi. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Pataas pag yun. That is in the key of C, no? So that we can determine, back to our lesson. Okay, Nara. So that we can determine asa pangitawon ang do, asa tamo start sa key home tone. The home tone of key of G is we have to look for the G. Asa nga din G? Nga line? Tanawa ko nun ninyo, be. Asa nga G line ang G? Asa nga line ang G? First, second, third.
line, sir.
Okay, second line. So, in key of G, that is having only one sharp, the home tone must be found in, asa makita ang home tone?
Second line.
Sa G line. Sa ato pa, magsugod kag do dinhi sa G. Okay? Kuha ninyo?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So, do, ang re nimo is A, ang mi is C, B, Yung ana, no? Mag-adjust, mag-change. Kani kung doon na mo piano lesson muna ang sayo ninyo. Muna ang paghimo ani. But for me, I'm not so, I tell you honestly, di kay ko paspas mo basa og notes. For me, hearing is easier for me to make notes than the reading of notes in the staff. Like for example, katong gitudloan ta mo himo og bamboo, was that battle
Battle side.
xylophone. Right. Maghatag og pisa ninyo, di ko magbasa og notes. Nga naman, malangan ko dugay, may pa maghimo ko og notes. For example, you give me a song, then I'm going to make a piece for that so that you can play it in your battle clong or battle xylophone. Mapin ninyo, kantahon lang ninyo ang kanta, then akong isuwat ang notes, si do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, like that. Then, for example, mo kanta mo og, you want me to sing the song, Christmas song, Silent Night, for example. Sol, la, sol, mi, sol, la, sol, mi, re, mi, do, sol, la, do, ti, la, sol, mi. Like that, the way I sing, the way in making notes for my angklong or even that battle xylophone is doing that way. But if you do not know to sing this way, it's nice if you can read the notes, because importante yung notes, especially to this lesson of ours, note reading, o gitawag na sa among sabi, sight reading. Now, back to our lesson. The key of G is found in the home tone must be found in the second line of the staff. How about, duha pa lang kaki atong gi-praktisan ron, gi-discuss ron. How about the key of C? Where can you find the home tone of key of C? Lower do.
Third line, sir.
Line, what may line ani?
Sa
In the first added line below the staff.
Yes,
Okay?
sir. C.
The home tone, the do must be found below the staff. The high do or high C, higher C must be found in the third space of the staff. Again, where can you find the home tone of the key in the key of C?
Third space of the staff, sir.
Then yes, third space, that is in the higher C, no? But the lower must be in the first added line below the staff.
The staff.
That is in the ledger line. What do you call that line again?
Ledger line.
Ledger line. What is ledger line?
Imaginary line.
What is the meaning? Where can you find it? What are ledger lines? What is ledger line, by the way? It, according to, that is imaginary line. What is it? In added below, any lines added below or above the
Staff.
Above, sir.
mahimong ledger
Below
lines
or
sa
above the
taas,
staff.
mahimong po ang sa ubos. They are all what we call ledger lines. Okay. Now, back to our lesson. We talk about the key of G, no? Let's go to the key of D. How many sharps are there in key of D?
2.
Pila?
2, sir.
Pila ka sharp inyo nakita?
2,
There are only
sir.
2. Atong gibalikon from the beginning, the first letter C, that is in the key of C,
One.
there
I
is no
said
sharp. Letter key of G, there is only
One.
one sharp.
1.
Pag key of D,
2.
2.
ito. Now my question is, where is the home tone now? The home tone, the do in key of D. Where can you find it now?
4 four, lines.
In the fourth
Sa
line,
four
yes. Yes, you are correct. But how about the lower do?
Sa kuan. Imaginary. Ito, ay, ledger. Ay, katong. Sige, pag ato. Ledger
Space.
line.
Ledger lines, imaginary lines.
Ledger line.
Okay.
Ano,
Kini
kana
si
imaginary
maning
line.
imaginary line. First added line.
Yes.
After
sir.
that, first added line. That
Line.
means the space before the added line. Okay? The space between E and C. That is
C.
key of D. Lower do. The home tone. Kini home tone man eh. Pwede diha ka mo start. Okay? Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So the do now must be in the first space. Basta key of D.
D.
Question? Any question?
Sir.
No, sir.
Hmm?
Ako, sir, na ako'y question.
No. Yes?
Kanang C sa ubos, sir. Unsay tawag lugar ana, sir, kay ang D kay Duman.
Now, listen. Okay, now, listen. Good. That's a good question. I like that kind of question. That means you need to know more. Ako balay ko na diri ha. Okay, lista ko na. Ang sa di do gyapon no. Unya sa si do gyapon. Mahimo ni nga pulos do ang tanan diha magamit nato magamit. Depende sa key nga atong gi gamit. For example, key of A ta karon. Sugod ta sa C. Sa C asa gando diha sa first added line. Ang G asa gani ang G nga do makita nato home tone sa G line that is in the second line of the staff.
The staff.
You get it? Kuha ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, remember sa key of C first added line, unya sa key of D first added space. Unya sa key of D. Sa key of G that is in the second line of the staff that is in the G line. Gitawag na siya key of G because the do must be found in the second line or in a G line. Atong balikon ha. Okay. Kini siya gitawag og if o E line. This one is, what line is this? Second G.
Ay,
This
G.
one, what line is this? B. This one, D. This one is F. Now,
F.
ug asa man ka nga K, anha ang imong do. For example, right, dirita sa B flat or B. There are how many sharps are there in B? Murag na ni sulod no, kadali lang kayo. I admit talaga hapon ni kami na lang ni makasulod kadali. Kuha na taog. Sandali lang ha, kay makuha ko og picture. Sandali lang. Murag na ay ning sulod. I-admit siya ani Rabanis Balbas. Okay. Right. Now, back to our lesson. Again, all the lines and spaces of the stops can be used as the first do or any do because it depends upon the case signature. The case signature, for example, in F, asa ang F dapat sa siya sa imong staff? Asa ang F? Huh? Here are the staff. The first phase of the staff. So
The staff.
therefore, of it, if it is key of F, mukanta ka og do re mi pasulati dot, it should start from F. The do must be an F. If it is in the key of C, in the first added line, in the line of C added line. Or if it is in the key of G, you have to start where? The do must be found in where?
Second line.
Second line. If you can find two sharps, what kay gani? What kay?
G.
Two sharps.
C.
E.
D.
E, sir. I did.
Letter D. That is key of D. And the do must be found next after C, di ba? In the
Ay,
first
oo.
added space
Oo.
below the stop. Kaya, no? Kaya. Saan magdi makaya-kaya, oy. Maestra good na. Maestro ni akong katubang. Very good. So, the same as what we have to learn more. Okay. Og if first space of the staff ang do. Og C sharp nasa the third space of the staff kung C sharp. Any question? Do you have any more questions? It's already time. Then mana ini tagline na. Okay. Okay. Do you have any more questions?